Hey guys, Warpfell here, bringing you a nice Twixtor tutorial on Adobe After Effects CS5. In this tutorial we'll be covering how to do a very smooth Twixtor effect inside of CS5 using Twixtor. Yeah. So first things first, you want to import your footage. I'm just going to import some random recent footage. Okay. So right now, before we get into the details of this, this is not going to make sense now, but it's going to make sense later. The FPS for this is kind of messed up, so it's going to be kind of weird. I forgot to import this in 59.94, which is a Hoppenatic HD PVR FPS. So yeah. Right here, you want to go to the composition settings with 1280 by 720. It's the YouTube one. Frame rate 59.94 is what I work with, the HD PVR. And check this out. The duration is 34.01. I want the duration to be a little longer for the Twixtor. I'm gonna call this tut. But you can call it whatever you want, obviously. So click OK. Drag this into this, or you could drag it into that. So I'm gonna go ahead and resize this because this thing is a little messed up. There's a way that you can do it so you don't have to resize it, but it's just me, and yeah. Alright, here we go. Once it's resized, there you go. Alright, so to achieve that really nice Twixtor, you want to go right here, above the thing right here. Yeah, the thing. So you want to hit this, a film reel, and that allows you to get the really nice Twixtor effect. And also, you want to go to layer. You want to go to frame blending, pixel motion. This allows you to get the really nice Twixtor effect too. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to go to effect. Whoops, you want to click on this and then go to effect, Revision plugins. I will use Twixtor. So once you hit this, this will come up. And for the input frame rate, in the beginning I told you that this wouldn't make sense. Now it makes sense. You want to put your frame rate that you're using. Go back to the project. I made it 59.94, so 59.94. If you're using a Dazzle, it's 30 FPS, and in my opinion the Twixtor will look pretty ugly, so I'm just saying, it's just my opinion. Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of other optional controls you can play with, but I'm not going to cover this in this tutorial. You can mess around with them, but don't mess around too much because you could end up really messing up your little clip or your video. So just go with me. Yeah. Alright, so once you did that, you want to click down here, go to Effects, Twixtor, and Output Control. Okay, so what Twixtor is just keyframing. With keyframe you can achieve nice color grading, color correction in between frames, and all that cool stuff. So what you want to do to begin the Twixtor process, you want to hit this inside of here, the little watch. You want to hit that, and yeah. So I will be wanting to do the Twixtor between a reload. So what you want to do is you do not want to go to the reload. You want to go a couple frames right before where you want to use a Twixtor. So if you want to skip some frames, just go up here to the preview. Might take a couple seconds. Here we go. So you want to hit a keyframe right before where you want to use a Twixtor. There you go. Okay, so where you want to start using your Twixtor, just go, I'm going to skip a couple frames. Right here, let's say I want to do it right here. So, go to the speed and press 2. You can use any speed you want, just if you want to make it very slow, then I'd recommend you using 5 through 1. Then hit enter. Then that automatically keyframes. So what we just did is we went from normal to the beginning of very slow. So I'm going to skip a couple seconds. Let's go right here. So let's say I want the Twixtor to end right here. Okay, I'm going to hit the keyframe right here. It's going to go to 2. So what this just did is this went from normal to right here. This is the beginning of the normal, and that's the... Well, I'm sorry. This is the beginning of the Twixtor, and this is the end of the Twixtor. So you want to go right here, just a couple frames where you want to go a couple frames right after where you just keyframe the end for the Twixtor. Want to go back to speed and hit 100 %. There you go. Then that's the end to the little Twixtor keyframing. But we're not done yet. So what we want to do, so we want to go to Layer, Time, Enable Time Remapping. What this does is this allows you, for the whole composition, this allows you to go back and, yeah, just, I don't know what it does, but it's very helpful for Twixtor. Sounds stupid, but yeah. So once you did that, you want to drag it all the way to the end of the composition right here until it's reached the end, and yeah. So that's about it to the basic Twixtor tutorial. You can mess around with the motion sensitivity, but once you start messing around with that, you get this kind of really wobbly blur, which I really don't like, in my opinion. So if you're using Twixtor and you really don't like this motion sensitivity, you can really lower this down like a lot.